Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We are at the Red Bull Ring in Spielburg in the Porsche 911 992, the Porsche Cup car. So this is using the fixed setup and everything as standard. The brake bias is shown on the dashboard. So let me know if you have any other questions, and let's start the hot lap. Righty-ho, start the hot lap. Okay, so smashing up the main straight. First braking mark is going to be about the 125 meter, so midway between the 150 the 100. Brake up to about 70%, long trail off, down to third gear. In the exit wide, you can't really go any further over to the left than I did there, or you get an off track. And then we're going to be doing about the same, midway between the 150 and the 100 on the left-hand side here. Again, up to about 70%, all the way down to first gear. Smoothly back on the power, add a touch of oversteer on exit. Very tricky corner. Everyone's going to be dive bombing you there in the race. Enjoy. Again, about the 125 here for turn 4. All the way down to second gear, smoothly back on the gas. Over to the right hand side, up to 4. And here it's going to be just before the 50. Go down to third gear, gradually back on the gas. Nice wide entry here into turn 7. Third gear, smoothly back on. But just after the 100, we drop it down to 4. Back on the gas. Down to third. And again, just cutting the corner slightly and with a nice wide exit. Carry the speed through, and this is a... let me move that slightly. It's a 131.602. Right, let's do the breakdown. Okay, breakdown lap. So, first braking marker is going to be midway between the 150 and the 100 on the left-hand side. As we go there, we're going to brake up to about 66-70%. We're wiping all that speed off in a straight line as we always do. And we start our turn in as we start trailing off the brakes. We go down to third gear, not second gear. At the apex, we're already to about 2/3 pressure on the gas. Same thing here for turn 3. So we get roughly to where the midpoint is between the 150 and the 100. This time we brake up to about 70%. Again, wipe all that speed off all the way down through the gears. We're going to be dropping it down to first gear just before the apex. And now we want to be getting on the gas just on this apex, cutting it nice and tight here. So as you can see on the apex, we're already back on the gas. I just had a little touch of oversteer. Same, midway between the 150 and the 100. Nice and easy, these first few corners from that point of view. Again, wiping all that speed off, trailing off as we start the turn in. Drop it down to second gear, and we want to be building back up on the gas at the apex. Tricky turn 7 coming up now, and it's going to be just before the 50-meter board that we're going to start our braking. This time we're only braking up to about 60%, and then a long trail off, dropping it down to third. We want to be getting back on the gas around now, and you're wanting to do it nice and smoothly. If you put too much on at this stage, you'll just lose the rear. We've got a real wide entry here into turn 7, so you want to keep your left-hand tyres on the red and white rumble strip, your right-hand tyres on in the gravel, but they're as close to it as you can be. And as we get to the end of the red and white rumble strip, that's when we're going to dab the brakes up to about 50%, and again trail it off. We're dropping it down to third gear. We're gradually coming back on the gas here. You can take some more curb than I'm doing. I just found it a little bit slippy and it kept unsettling the car. Right, final 2 corners. So just after the 100 and just before the 50, that's when we're going to brake here up to about 70%. I'm going to drop it down to 4th gear, and then as we get to this apex on the right-hand side, that's when we're going to start building back up on the gas. I want to get up to 100% nice and early. That's going to send us a nice wide exit, which gives us a nice wide entry into turn 10. And basically, as soon as we straighten the car up, as we're coming to the end of the sort of red flash on the left-hand side, that's when we're going to dab the brakes quickly up to about 60-65%. Trail that off. We're going to drop it down to 3rd, and we're going to start building back up on the gas as we cut this corner. So we can't cut it too much more than I am doing now, and we're already up at 100% as we're on the apex of 10. Exit wide, and then you're just blasting towards the line. And that's, yeah, a 131.602. We have one final lap now with the driving line on. Without me talking, enjoy.